Fire in the hole. I do believe my pants are on fire. There's Rattler.
Hey YouTubers, this is this is your old pal Wailing Wire. Ah boy, where do I begin? Okay, it's been a while since I made any videos. I've thought long and hard about making this video, and even at this point, I'm not sure I'll post it. I don't know. I'm really, for the simple fact that I'm not crazy about posting my personal stuff all over the internet, okay? But on the other hand, gotta read you some messages here. Where is 63 Impala Ben? Another one says, miss your post, hope everything is well with you. Another one, hi Ken, hope all's well, starting to worry about you. And that goes on. And then another one, hi Ken, are you okay? This was 3 weeks ago. Been mighty quiet for a long time, hope nothing is wrong. And it's been here's another one, been a while, hope you're doing okay up there. And where have you been? What have you been doing? Hope everything is going good. And then here's one that says, I hope this finds you well. Been worried about you. You sound weak or tired. And this was a month ago. And I wrote him back, I'm strong as a bull and twice as stubborn. And this just goes on and on. So about, inquiries as to my well-being and people who are genuinely concerned and would like to know that I'm okay. And to all you folks, I want to say I am okay. Like I said, I don't like broadcasting this on the internet, but I feel like you who are concerned and have become friends over YouTube and are genuinely concerned about me, I feel I owe you an explanation. So here goes. 3 weeks ago, well, about 5 weeks ago or so, I guess, I was out shoveling snow. I had shoveled snow off 4 carports all winter, and for some reason that was a little harder than it should have been, and the sun was up here one day, and I remember I stopped shoveling, and I said, oh, to be 60 again. And we kind of chuckled, and then I went back to shoveling snow. He was helping me. He helped me when he could on them, but I felt a little burning sensation like in my lungs. I thought it was a respiratory thing because it was the only thing I could liken it to is when exercising outside in a really, really cold weather and you get a deep breath of that freezing cold air. I remember one time going rollerblading on New Year's Day and it was 20 degrees and that cold air kind of stings your lungs a little bit, and that's what that felt like. And that lasted about a minute and then it'd go away. And over the next couple of weeks, those little episodes became a little more frequent. And then, but it lasted a minute. I'd just stop whatever I was doing, sweeping the floor or shop or whatever, and give it a minute and then go back to work. And 3 weeks ago, Sunday morning, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I had that little burning sensation, and I waited about an hour for it to go away, and it didn't go away. So I thought, well, I better go in and get checked out. I'm sure they're just going to give me something for my lungs and send me home. So I didn't wake Victor up. He was pissed because I didn't wake him up. I drove myself to the emergency room. And by the time I got from the truck over to the door at the emergency room, I was hurting pretty bad. And they did an EKG, and the cardiologist, he said, well, it looks a little suspicious, but it doesn't look like anything too serious, but let's rule out the bad stuff. And he said, we're going to take a look, and we'll, you might need a stent or something like that. And but there's bypass surgery, but you won't need that. You don't need that. You know, it's not that bad. Well, I stood up to, they wanted me to get into a gown, hospital gown, and I stood up to take my jeans off, and I had a massive heart attack right there in front of God and everybody. And all of a sudden, folks started to get real busy. They was kind of scurrying around there, you know, and the doctor, I heard him say, well, I'd like to see another EKG, but we don't have time. So I started calling in doctors in the middle of the night and kind of scurrying around and getting me all ready to go. And they got ready, they decided to do an emergency open heart surgery on me. And that same guy that said I wouldn't need a bypass came over right before they wheeled me into the emergency room and cracked me up, man. I mean, I laughed out loud. I told Mr. Heavy Chevy about this. But anyway, cracked me up, man, because he came over and he said, he's the one that said I wouldn't need any bypasses. Well, when he wheeled me out to the emergency room, or the operating room, he says, you know, I think you'll make it. I just busted out laughing. I mean, that was just funny to me. I said, oh, you think I might? Yeah, I think so. And, you know, he could have just patted me on the shoulder and said, Ken, you'll be fine, you know. And if he'd have got it wrong, if I'd have died, you know, I wouldn't have held it against him, you know. But that was kind of odd bedside manner, you know, but just cracked me up. Anyway, I've got a warped sense of humor, what can I say? So there was 9 people worked on me for 9 hours, and I come out of there with 5 bypasses, 5 heart bypass surgeries. So they tore my leg up pretty bad, but I'm walking, man. I think I got out of the hospital the day that George's wife went in with her heart problem, and I remember emailing George and saying, oh, you know, wishing him all well, and but I think that was about the time I got out of the hospital. Of course, I didn't say anything about this, but I wasn't going to say anything about this until I started feeling guilty about all the people, you know, wanting to know if I'm okay. So I felt like you guys deserve an answer, and I am okay. I know a lot of you are going to comment, and I got to warn you, I'm not doing YouTube right now. I have no interest in it. I'm busy grafting, and I'm not, probably going to be a while before I get to read your comments, so just please understand that. I'm not even hardly watching YouTube, much less participating. So it's just kind of how it is. I'm busy on the phone every day with clients, and they gave me my driver's license back. Boy, that was ticking me off, man, not being able to drive. But I've been following the instructions, and I didn't drive until I was supposed to. But now I'm out looking at jobs. I get tired pretty easy, but I'm okay. And I'm walking down the mailbox and back every day, sometimes twice. I'm trying to get up to 2 miles a day. I can walk that steep part of my driveway without stopping to rest. And I know a lot of healthy people that can't do that, so I guess I'm all right. I asked them if it's okay if I get my heart pumping that hard, you know, and they go, yeah, that's okay. But, you know, I was kind of picturing maybe one of them things that pop loose in there and go flying around like an air hose or a hydraulic hose or something. But they said, no, it's all right. So anyway, I'm up and walking and doing well. Go see the doctor on Monday, and the heart doctor, the surgeon, and as far as I know, I finally quit taking. I was taking big handfuls of medicine. Taking enough medicine to make a well person sick. Finally got off of that. Now I'm just down to 1 little pill and a half twice a day, and so I feel better. And I'm able to help Victor. Victor, bless his heart, boy, that man has stepped up and just taken over. And boy, we had a hard start to the grafting season. This happened a week before we were scheduled to start the biggest job we booked in years. And in the great scheme of things, it's just a drop in the bucket to the size of jobs we've done. But we had to ramp up a little bit. It's bigger than anything we've done in the last 6, 7 years probably. So, you know, 60 acres, 32,000 trees or so. But we had a rough start because this happened a week before we were scheduled to start that big job. And then I got out of the hospital, and in a couple of days, Victor went in the hospital. he had an acute asthma attack, and I know it's stress, you know. He was trying to take all the pressure off me, and it put a lot of stress on him. And bless his heart, he's been so good and done such a wonderful job for me. But they kept him for 4 days, and they only kept me for 5. So I guess I did pretty good. But anyway, it was a hard start to the grafting season. And then after they got started, the second day in, I was going to go down there. I had this little Toyota pickup I had picked up from a buddy of mine. He's passed away, and his family was selling the truck, and I bought it. So we headed down there. I had my driver here, Carrie. I hired Carrie to help us and cook for the crew and everything. And she's got a hot meal on the table every night when they come in, and that's good. And they appreciate it. They give her a hug every day and tell her thanks. And she was driving me down to the job the second day and blew the motor up in that little truck. So we've had kind of a tough start here, but it's all good. You know, it's just stuff. And as long as Victor's okay, it's all good. He's good. He's working, and both his sons took time off from their work and flew up here to help Grandpa. That means a lot. Victor Jr. got up from the table and gave me a hug. Said, "I love you, Grandpa." So, said, "I love you too, son." Anyway, got a lot of good people around me, and things are going well. And maybe I'll post this video, maybe I won't, but that's enough. That's what's going on, and it's all good, and I'm good, and I'm doing what they tell me, and it'll be a long time before I can work on the rat rod. I can't push, pull, lift anything over 8 pounds for quite a while, and 10 pounds. So I can lift my telephone and do my job, I guess. My job. I don't feel, everybody said, well, you're going to get depressed, you know, after this. And I haven't felt any depression. I just feel kind of out of place in the world. I feel like I don't quite fit in the world anymore because I just can't do all the things that I'm used to doing. Man, I'm used to slinging a chainsaw 8-9 hours a day, you know, and banging on metal and all this stuff, and lifting and whatever I want, and I can't do any of that. So that makes me feel kind of out of place in the world. But that'll get better, and I'll get it back. And thank you all so much for caring, for watching, and the videos in the past, and there'll be more in the future. Looking back on it now, I can see where I was kind of sluggish all winter, not really working on the rat rod, you know, working on that old blue Dodge a little bit, and kind of getting through the day, and that's about it, you know, and then doing it again, and shoveling snow, but kind of sluggish. And that one comment that Walt Bellamy made about, you look tired or weak, and you know, he was probably right, but I couldn't see it at the time. I thought I was strong as a bull, you know. So anyway, here I am. Thank you. See you later. Bye.